Last week we saw the DSY closing above 107,857, and then last week I was expecting the market to reject at this area, because as you can see there is a level of resistance here which I'm expecting to drag the price to the downside, but that didn't happen. We saw the DSY closing above this level, and then we have a break of this trend line to the upside, which means that what are we looking at next week? We are looking out for US dollar strength next week after the DSY broke out of this trend line. And there is formation of a pattern that if you can check it very well. So we have something like a head and shoulder pattern right here and a breakout of this trend line, which means that next week we should be expecting another rally in the DSY that will take out this high, and then we should see the DSY going back to 113 level. And next week is an NFP week, that is a non-farm payroll. So it's a non-farm payroll week. And then what are we expecting in the non-farm payroll? And there's one thing I want you to know, that Trump is doing everything possible now to save the dollar. You get, by cutting off the aids they are given to the Sahara African and other country. You get, by leaving the WHO, which saves them millions or billions of dollars. You get, so which means that we should be expecting US dollar strength in the coming probably coming months. You get, we should be expecting US dollar strength. And by doing this, by cutting off all of this, they will save money, and then they will have a good labor force. You get, and then their currency will be stronger and then stronger. So that is the fundamental effect of this. You understand? So which means that we should be expecting the US dollar strength coming going into the next week. You understand? So after we saw the US dollar breaking this resistance, and then we have it closing above it, and then we have price stays at 108,501 on Friday before the market closed. So next week probably maybe a little retracement, probably maybe back to 107. Then we might see price coming started to rally from that area back to 113,004. So this is Ambafx. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I bring you the latest insights in the world of forex market, the fundamental and the technical. So do well to like, subscribe, and then don't forget to turn on the notification bell in case I drop a new video. So before we go to the individual appears, we have this week. Let's check the economic activities of next week. We have some high impact news coming from the ISM manufacturing PMI, the ISM manufacturing prices, and then on Tuesday we have the job opening. In the New Zealand we have the unemployment change and then the unemployment rate. So we have the ADP non-farm employment change, and then we have the final service PMI, ISM service PMI from the United States. That is on Wednesday. So on Thursday we have the monetary policy from the British pounds. That is BOE, that is Bank of England. So let's see, they are trying to probably cut their interest rate by 25 basis points. Let's see, probably maybe they will cut their interest rate by 25 basis points, and then if they did that, expect massive sell-off in GBP USD. GBP US, let's just write it. So in GBP USD, you should expect a massive sell-off in GBP USD on Thursday. If they actually cut their interest rate by 25 basis points, expect this to happen next week. And then the last one we have on Friday is the non-farm payroll, that is at the NFP, the average hourly earning, and then the employment change and the unemployment rate of the Canada. And as you can as we saw last week, the US administration has imposed like 25% tariff on the imported good from Canada, so which means that we should be expecting Canadian dollar weakness in the next couple of weeks. You get what I'm saying? So we should be expecting the weakness in the next couple of weeks, and we have already been seeing that in playing out in the market since last week. Probably maybe next week Canadian dollar should continue its weakness, but let's see what they will release in the unemployment rate and the employment change of the Canada. And in the US, let's wait for the unemployment rate and then the non-farm employment change. But for me, I think the US should have a positive labor market, which in turn strengthen the dollar next week. So on the individual pair, the first we want to look at is gold. So for me, I think gold is just breaking up boundaries now. Gold is just flying. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be buying or do nothing going to the next week. So here, like there is a break of this high, there's a retracement. You get a break of this high, a retracement, a break of this high, retracement, break of this high, retracement, and this high got broken. We have a new high. So probably we should be waiting for gold to retrace back to 2,760 right here, and then we'll buy from here, and then we'll target the break of this particular high as our take profit, or we'll just target this high as our take profit. See, what I'm looking out for on gold is for gold to to retrace back to the price level. So if I see retracement back to this price level, what I would just want to see is a rejection candle, probably maybe in a 4-hour or 1 hour. So if I see rejection from here, then probably I will be buying gold from here and probably target this high or target a break of this high to take my profit. So this is what I'm actually looking at. I'm not ready to bank on selling gold right now, because as you can see, the forces is behind gold buy again. So if you just want to sell now, it means that you just want to catch a falling knife, and it's not gonna be okay. So what I'll be doing is to buy gold or do nothing going to the next week. Then I'll wait for a retracement and then opportunity to enter a buy bias, and then we'll look for a break of this high as our take profit. So the next pair I want to check is GBP USD. As you can see, last week we entered this in our Telegram channel. So this is where the stop loss is. So the stop loss has not hit yet, but we saw various drama markets did around this area. Even on Friday, we saw this candle which almost coming back to it. So if someone is not strong enough, he might close this trade in loss or close at break even. But I'm still holding this trade going to the next week, and this is where my take profit is. And then as you can see, the risk to reward ratio is 3, so 1:3. So you can see that this retracement is a very long one. So why I said this is that if you check this area, you see that price, there is a break of structure at this particular area, and then we have price coming down to this particular area, and then there is another retracement here. So which means that we test this this is a support level that might actually turn to resistance at this area. So which means that price might actually fall. I will see the break of this level going to the next week. So I'm still looking for more selling opportunity on GBP USD. That price might actually invalidate 1.21307. That's the low right here. So going to the next week, I'm looking out to sell GBP US dollar. So that's what I'm looking out to do right here. And then we might see price coming down and then it invalidates this particular low. So I'm still looking for a massive sell-off on GBP US dollar going to the next week. So prepare your mind. If you see any opportunity to sell GBP USD next week and it goes in line with your strategy, don't hesitate to do that. So another thing I want you to look at here is anything below 1.25027 is a sell. Probably markets may price might still want to probably maybe play hide and seek and still do something like this. Maybe still play hide and seek and still do something like this. So anything below this area for me is still a sell bias. But if price break through this 1.25027, then that's where I'll be looking for a buy bias going to the upside. But as you can see in the DSY, we see that the US dollar is very strong, so which means I will be looking for GBP US dollar sell going to the next week. And if you check this very well, you see that there is even a breakout of this level. So let's check. As you can see, there is a breakout there, and then there is a retest to that particular level, which means that we are looking for a selling opportunity on the USD going to the next week. So the next pair I want to check is Euro US dollar. So Euro US dollar price is about to resume to the initial direction, and like I said last couple of weeks, I said Euro USD will still come to parity, which means that we will still see Euro USD at €1 1 USD. You get, so price is still coming down to this particular area, just a matter of time. So as you can see here, as we have a reversal, as we have a retracement around this area, so price form a reversal, and then there is a formation of head and shoulder, which price break through the neckline, retest, and then there's a rejection. So on Monday, what I'll be waiting to do is waiting to enter a sell setup on Euro USD back to this first take profit. So probably this is where I'll be taking my first TP, and then probably the second TP, and we'll wait for price to break this low, because there is a high probability that this low will still be taken out. There is a higher probability that 1.01846 will still be taken out. So which means I'll be waiting for price to probably maybe do a small retracement here, and there will be a rejection back to the downside. So which means I'm looking for Euro USD back to $1 1 euro, so which will break this this support level. So that's what I'm actually looking at for the next couple of weeks or days. You get Euro US dollar sell setup. So below, let's label the price level. So which means that below 1.04006 I will be selling Euro US dollar. So below this price level I will be selling Euro US dollar back to the first take profit, which is 1.02644, second take profit, which is 1.018, and then if that level break, we should be looking for price to come back to 1.0001. That's 1.0. You get, so that's what I'm actually looking at. On AUD US dollar too, I'm looking for a sell opportunity around this area. So which means I will be waiting for price to probably do a little bit of retracement, and if you can see the 50 and 200 moving average is above the price, so which means I can wait for a retracement and then a rejection right there. So should be looking for a retracement and a rejection around that particular area back to the downside. So this is what I'm actually looking at, for price to do this and reject. So this is the first take profit I'm looking at. So let's just label it. This is the first take profit I'm actually looking at right there. That is 1.01. That's 0.61323. So let's see how it goes. So as you can see, there is a rejection. This rejection candle right here. As you can see, this is a big rejection candle. So which means that we have for a sell on AUD USD, and this low will be taken out. There is no way it won't be taken out. This low right here will be taken out, will be invalidated. So let's see how it goes. And the next one I want to check is US dollar Swiss franc. So this one, I entered this one last week, and then we are still in the trade. As you can see, this is a head and shoulder which I used to enter this particular setup right here. So which means that my take profit is at 0.92121. This is where my take profit is. So let's see how it goes. But if you see an opportunity to buy around this area on Monday, don't hesitate to do that. But maybe you might have a price with testing this particular area, so don't hesitate to enter a buy setup right there. So the next pair I want to check is US dollar JPY. So as you can see, price did not create a new low around this area. On US dollar JPY, price didn't create a new low around this particular area, and then this is a very strong support level. So what I'll be looking for is for price to break this to the upside, and then I will look for a retracement back to this level, and then we'll enter a buy setup that break this, and then that will actually come back to this particular high. So this is what I'm actually looking at on US dollar JPY going to the next week. So my bias is on US dollar strength going to the next week. On Canadian dollar JPY, as you can see, last week we saw the Canadian dollar weakness, which means that we should see the continuation of that weakness in the Canadian dollar going to the next week. So anything below this area, I'll be selling Canadian dollar JPY. Anything below 107.561, I'll be selling Canadian dollar JPY, and then back to this level of 11929. So let's see how it goes. So anything below this level, this is where I'll be selling Canadian dollar JPY. We might see a retracement back to this level, and then if there is a rejection, I'll be looking for a selling opportunity back to this low, and then if that level break, we'll be looking for opportunity back to 102.817. Last week on GBP UD, so this the next pair I want to check is GBP UD. I told you that the price is going to buy from here, and then we see this massive buy that goes more than like 200 and something pips to the upside. So yeah, like next week, what am I looking at? Yeah, I'm looking for a retracement, for price to retrace back to this level where it's pick up, like back to this level, before we see a more buying opportunity to the upside that will break this high. So yeah, I will just be watching the markets. This pair is part of my watch list. You get, it's part of my watch list, but I don't see price breaking this high next week. I don't see price breaking this high next week. So which means that we might see price coming down and then coming back to retest this area, which will create a rejection, and then probably maybe next couple of weeks we'll see price breaking this resistance level. But I don't think this week we'll see price breaking this to the upside, but let's see how it goes. I might be wrong, but what I'm looking at here is for price to retest this level and we'll see rejection, which might later invalidate that particular high to the upside. So the last pair we want to check is GBP Swiss franc, which is on my watch list. And as you can see, if you put this in a 1 hour time frame, you'll see that you might have a sharp buy setup here on Monday. You get, so what I'm actually looking at, here is for price to give me a confirmation buy bias, and then my stop loss will be below this price level. All right, yeah. So if I see a buy bias here, then I will buy and then probably take my profits at 1.3736. So these are all the pairs on my watch list going to the next week, which I normally share with you every week. you get, which I share with you every week. So if you find this useful and informative, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification so that in case I drop a new video like this, you will be notified. So there's a link to a verified broker, a verified pro firm in the description box. So don't forget to register, do your KYC, and start trading. So guys, see you next week, and then don't forget to join our copy trading. And those that joined last week has make 100% of their money. So we'll find a way to talk to those guys or HFM to increase the copy limit so that we can accommodate a lot of persons that still want to join us. So have a good trading week, and don't forget to trade safely.